Good evening, my faithful viewers. This is Mr. Retro Man here, back again with another fantastic movie review. Today, I'm here to share my thoughts on a movie that most people may or may not remember, depending on your point of view, and that is The Iron Giant. Now, some of you might have heard about this movie before, and most noticeably the character, the Iron Giant himself, thanks to other people's review of the film, like Nostalgia Critic, the Iron Giant making an appearance in two other movies, Ready Player One, and Space Jam 2: A New Legacy, a movie that I still defend, and him being a playable character in the Multiverses video game. And I have a strong suspicion that he might appear in issues 3 through 6 of the Multiverses comic book series at some point. But you know what? We'll wait and see what happens. But just in case you guys haven't seen this movie, or at least heard of it before, have no fear, because the description is on the back of the VHS. Something huge is on the horizon. Hogarth Hughes just rescued an enormous robot that fell from the stars to Earth. Oh boy. So he's a space alien robot from outer space, from some kind of unknown galaxy, from an unknown planet. Now young Hogarth has one very big friend, an even bigger problem. How do you keep a 50-foot tall steel-eating junkyard cars are especially tasty giant a secret? Well, I can tell you that is not that easy. It's even harder when a nosy government agent arrives in town to hunt down the alien invader and the combined land, sea, and air might of the U.S. military sent to demolish the giant. Okay, I'll stop using that voice from now on. The result, an incredible adventure that's part metal, part magic, and all heart, baby. Featuring the voice talents of Jennifer Aniston, whose name somehow sounds familiar to me, Harry Connick Jr., whoever he is, and others. Now, what do I think about this movie? Despite the fact that this is the first time I'm actually watching this movie, despite the fact that I already mentioned that the Nostalgia Critic already did a review of this movie, I actually like it. It's like one of those type of movies that you would enjoy, because it mixes science fiction with comedy. You know, the Iron Giant kind of reminds me of Frankenstein Jr. And yeah, I know that there's no similarity. I know that the Iron Giant and Frankenstein Jr. don't even look alike, which that is technically true. But you guys know what I mean. But anyways, it's actually one of those type of movies that you would enjoy over and over and over again. It has great animation, likable characters, lots of slapstick moments from here and there. And I may be wrong, but it almost seems like it almost reminds me of those science fiction B movies from the 50s and 60s, but more family friendly. Okay, think of Mars Attacks, but if it was more family friendly. And I think that's sort of the case with the Iron Giant. Even though I have a feeling that there might be a totally different reason for that. But yeah, the animation is great. I have no problems with the characters. And I gotta admit, actually, this guy's kind of funny. A shady U.S. military agent who wants to try to hunt down and destroy it. Even though there is a bit of a misunderstanding, the Iron Giant doesn't want to kill anyone. He's just a little bit confused. That's all. He's like a little child trapped in a 50-foot robot body. If you know what I mean. An interesting fact. According to the end credits of the movie, this was actually based on a book of the same name by Ted Hughes, who sadly passed away a year earlier in 1998. So it was really nice for the filmmakers to dedicate him in this movie. Since I did mention that he written a book called The Iron Giant, until Warner Brothers wanted to make a movie adaptation of this book. Now I'm not sure if the book version is the same as the I'm not sure if the book version is the same as the movie version, or it's probably completely different. You guys can let me know down in the comments below about the book's history, and let me know if there's like any differences between the book and the movie, because I am very curious about it. Now, you might be wondering who voiced the Iron Giant. Well, he is voiced by Vin Diesel, who for some reason sounds a little familiar to me. I don't know why, but his name sort of rings a bell. But I can't think of any movie and TV roles he's been in his career. In fact, I'm not even sure if he's still alive or he already kicked the bucket. Again, you guys can let me know down in the comments below, because I could really use some help to know who Vin Diesel is. Was he like in some kind of action movie at some point? Oh, and I forgot to mention that that today, this year is the 25th anniversary of the Iron Giant. Even though I might be either late for the film's 25th anniversary or completely early. I don't know. You guys can let me know. But yeah, when this film came out in 1999, and when you watch this film again in 2024, you would know that it's 25 years old, which is pretty wild when you think about it. I didn't know the movie was 25 years old already. Time sure does fly fast when you're having fun. And it is set during the 1950s, mainly 1957. Now, I already brought up how the film has a bit of an interesting legacy, since the Iron Giant had already made appearances in Ready Player One, Space Jam 2: A New Legacy, a movie that I still defend. He had a brief cameo in Teen Titans Go and 100th anniversary, and Warner Brothers 100th anniversary special, and he became a playable character in Multiverses, which is pretty cool when you think about it. And it would be pretty cool if the Iron Giant did make an appearance in the Multiverses comic book. Probably issues 3 to 6 or something. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it will be pretty cool if the Iron Giant appeared in the Multiverses comic book, since he already was a playable character in the video games. I might be able to rewatch this movie again soon, depending on what I'm doing. Since Halloween is almost around the corner, I still gotta decorate my house for the Halloween season. You know, all that stuff. But yeah. If you guys haven't checked out this movie yet, go right ahead. You can try to find a copy of this film on VHS and DVD at Walmart, Target, or at a thrift store somewhere close to where you guys live. And if you have no luck, then maybe you can still order the DVD off Amazon. Which that isn't a bad thing when you think about it. And it can be very helpful. Oh, this wasn't sponsored by Amazon. I was just pointing that out. You know, it would be kind of funny if the Iron Giant was somewhat inspired by Frankenstein Jr. I know that it might be a little bit of a stretch, and you might think that wouldn't make sense. But hey, you never know. Okay? You never know.